Well, hello guys. I thought I would just make a quick 5 or 7 minute tutorial video on the following. Whilst browsing through the Flutterflow community, I came across this question of how you can create a product screen like for this one. So it's got a product creation screen and it's got a text field that allows the user to enter a new unique product name. So he already has a list that contains the string values of names that already exist, and he then just wants to check whether the value is inputting is unique or not. Now, uh, there was someone that gave a very valuable answer here, and I'm sort of just going to build what he's essentially saying here. I'm just going to be handling it inside of an app state instead of in the database. Now, you are going to most likely want to put this type of query inside of the database since you will have a multitude of different users all creating product names and it needs to be unique. Therefore, an app state will not be sufficient for you to store this information. So I created this basic little app. Here's my phone and I have it running, right? Now, on this app, I have a text field, right, that I can enter my information in. And I have it set to update page on text change, update delay milliseconds of 100. Now, inside of my app state, I've created an app state which is called unique values, and it just stores a list of strings and it is persisted, right? Now, for the text validation, I have one text widget here. This text widget has, an if, then, else, if, and else statement. And the first if statement is whether that app state, right, list contains this text field value. So if this app state that I've created, which has a list of strings, right, if that list of strings contains this value that I'm putting inside of the text field, then I want to return, oops, this username is already taken. Now in my scenario, I'm doing usernames instead of product name. Now I can, however, just change this to be product name. It's essentially just me changing what the text says, but the functionality of it will remain the same. Then my else if statement is whether this text field is not set or is empty. If it's not set or empty, then we want to return enter a unique username. Else, it means that the text field is not empty and also our list does not contain the item, so we can return congratulations, this username is available. Now I'm just doing the same thing with the colors. I have the same list contains item, or the text field is not set, so it is empty, which I then return a primary text, else a red text for error, the username is in use, otherwise a green on. Congratulations, you have a unique string. Now for my submit button, I just added a button disable option where I've specified two conditions, and this will be an or statement. I don't know why that was on an and statement, so let's just put that on or. And it will say that if that list contains the item, then this button needs to be disabled. Otherwise, or that text field is not set. So if it is unset and it's empty, then this button needs to be disabled. Now, if I test this and I go into my app, now I know that I have a username, which is ghost, then just ghost coding, and then ghost coding 049. So if I type in ghost, then I can see, oops, this username is already taken. But if I say ghost1, then I can say, congratulations, this username is available. Now, when I click on submit, all I'm essentially doing is I'm updating that app state and I'm adding to list this unique value and then clearing the text. So now if I put in ghost1, then it will no longer be available. So it will say, oops, this username is already taken. If I say ghost coding like that, I can see that it's already taken. And if I add one, then I can submit and that value is available. So now ghost and ghost1 is no longer available and no longer is ghost coding or ghost coding 1 for that matter. Now I can say something like ghost at coding and there we go. I can submit it. And that way you can add text validation. Now you can get further into this by specifying things such as the text shouldn't contain special characters, or uh, the text shouldn't contain an at character, or the text should be more than 4 characters. But you'll most likely need to write a custom function for that. But for this specific scenario, that's how you would validate your text, or validate whether this text field is inside of a specific list. So if it's not unique, then you get an error. And if it's unique, then you can continue by submitting it. I hope this helps anybody else struggling or trying to achieve the same.